Okay guys, so before I lose some light, if you want to run your 3-port like a 2-port, what you're going to want to do is run it like factory. So you're going to have your hose coming from here, which is the boost source off the turbo inlet, and it's going to run to a T-fitting right here. And then there's going to be a restrictor pill. I don't have one anymore for my car because it came off. This is an aftermarket turbo, and it wasn't in there. It just wasn't in there, so there's no restrictor pill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a smaller hose coming from the T-fitting here, and hopefully that'll act very similar to a restrictor pill. But then you're going to run that somewhere. I'm probably going to run it either up this way or down here, and it's going to run to your solenoid here. So the solenoid is backwards. I'm actually going to flip it around. But what I'm going to do is run a line from this one here, port 1 is going to run to the intake side. And then you have our port 3, and our port 3 is going to be the one that comes from back here. It's going to be connected there. And then this port right here, we are going to block off. So we're going to block this off with either a other piece of vacuum line. With what we're going to do until I get an actual plug is we're just going to put a screw in it in here in the vacuum line, so it stops it with a zip tie around it, and that will block this off. So that way when this shuts, it reverts. The boost will try to come out here and it won't be able to, so it's going to revert it, and it's just going to go and stop here, and then all the pressure is going to go here and open that wastegate. So that is how you're going to run it. I'm going to wire that up, and then I will show you guys. So when you do this, you're going to want to either use the existing T that's there or have a extra T. I have a kit here. This is just a small kit you can buy at like Advanced Auto Parts or Harbor Freight, O'Reilly's, stuff like that. And it has these different little T's in it. Now, if you could find something that was like this, but had something like a bigger end there and a smaller end there, but it was a T fitting where two ends were exactly the same, and then it had one end that was smaller like this, that would probably work a lot better than just making a smaller vacuum line come off the end of this for the restrictor. This kit doesn't have that. I don't even know if they make those like that, but we're going to use this, and then this is a smaller diameter hose than the one that I already ran, so this will be tighter and hopefully create more of a restriction for it to go through. So we are going to use that to connect to the wastegate and then plumb it all in. So I'm going to do that now. Yeah, this is looking pretty ghetto with the screw, but, and I'm sorry that it's late at night, but yeah, we've got the screw there blocking the airflow on port 2. It's going to look a lot better once I get an actual like block off nipple. And then we have port 1, and that goes to the intake. So it goes from this nipple and runs out back there and connects into here. And then I used the adapter that was already there just to connect this. Actually, I'm sorry, it wasn't on there. It used to be on the line that went under here. So we swapped that out and moved it there to help with this. And then we have port 3, so that runs down here and it just snakes behind the intake over here. You can see, and it comes out right there. Sorry about the ambulance going by. Okay, so it runs right here, and that runs into a T. So this T goes to the turbo. This T comes around. I zip tied it here just because I don't want it touching the turbo inlet side and getting really hot. And then it just loops down there into the wastegate. And this is a smaller diameter hose, as you can tell, than the other ones. So it should be a restriction and act similar to the restrictor pill. And then of course the other side, like I said, that goes back to the nipple on the turbo. This is a really tight fit as well as these, so I'm not going to zip tie anything on there yet, but I will if they come off or if I have any problems. But I'm going to go run this, see how it does. This should, in theory, work the same as a 2-port. This is how you do it. I'll see you guys in the next one.